Welcome back to Gear Chat. Yeah. Welcome back to Gear Chat University. Ding. I tune in to Gear. I don't know what I would do about. Every week I tune in to Gear. Hello? Hello? Yes, this is John speaking. Yuli, how's it going, man? Yeah, things are great, man. Actually, you just called me. I was actually recording. Actually, this is perfect timing, man. I was just recording Gear Chat Live. I was going to talk about you, actually. How's it going? Yeah, of course. Okay, listen. I'm gonna tell the people. Look, say no more. I got you. Yep. All right. Bye. Welcome back to Gear Chat University. I am the Capitan. John G. Yo, man, I just got off the phone with Yuli Behringer. Yeah, he just shout out to me. He wanted to give me a call. Let me turn this down a little bit. I got some good news for y'all. So, Yuli reached out to me. He said, you know what, John G, I don't have a strong, positive contact in the States. I don't know anybody cool like you. And I'm like, well, I mean, you know, I'm flattered. I'm flattered, Yuli. Say no more. I mean, what do you need? He's like, listen, I need someone there in the States to kind of like, you know, champion what I got going on. I said, listen, say no more. So I bring to you people, I have just been officially made the self-proclaimed spokesman for Behringer. Yes, shouts out, yay, John G. Yes, I just got the phone with Yuli. I just got the phone with him, and he said he didn't. That I am the unofficial, self-proclaimed spokesman for Behringer products here in the States. So all thing Behringer, if you want to get the end, like that real user type, you know, like someone who just interjects, like who just puts themselves on you, then this is definitely, I am that guy. That is me. I am him. He is I. So yeah, man, shouts out to Behringer. Hats off to you, Yuli. I appreciate the offer, and yes, I accept. I will be the unofficial, self-proclaimed spokesman for Behringer. As you know, as they posted, we're not done yet. Oh, and another thing, I believe, something to that effect. They said something like that. Y'all saw the post. One more thing. And they had the little wasp. I thought it was a bee or an ant. I didn't know what that was. And what does it mean? Well, I'll be damned. Now, last week, and I said I can't go a week without talking about Behringer. I was just talking. I was just kind of like, you know, a little jokey joke. Trying to be funny. But no, literally, I cannot go a week without talking about Behringer. People, this is unprecedented. Now, I understand that they leaked some years ago of all of these scents that's supposed to be coming out. And from then to now, not a whole lot has come out. But after the rumbles of the MS1 and it taking so long, they really said, okay, people don't like that. And they really checked that in. But I didn't foresee them checking it in like this. Jeez. Point out a time in history and a company that's ever done something like this. Now, granted, I know, I get it. All right, I get it. Yeah, they are doing that. But even in that, they're the first one to do it on this scale. It's not like they invented cloning, right? So anybody else that's been cloning, the TB, Roland's TB03, whatever that thing is called, has been cloned from, I think the company is called Clone. It says right on it, Clone. They ain't pushing our products like this. This is unprecedented. Like, what? When have we ever seen such a barrage? Just machine gun style. Let me tell you, I have the privilege. Shouts out to Sweetwater and my contact Kurt Martin. I've had the opportunity to taste. I've tasted the RD8. I tasted the MS1. I taste the K2. I taste the Odyssey. Now, me tasting is not coming from the standpoint of comparison. Most people, when they come to report information about this stuff, is always in comparison to the original or to another model. That's not my view. Everything I tasted with a clear palate with no preconceived notion as to what it's supposed to taste like. And I must tell you, man, listen, the MS1 is special. Of all of them, the K2 I thought was, if I had to like the K2, the MS, and the Odyssey. If I had to rank them, it would be Odyssey, MS, and then the K2. Listen, y'all, what they did to that Odyssey, I don't know if maybe this is just how the Odyssey sounds, or maybe all of them sound this way because it is a clone. But from when I recall tasting the Odyssey years ago, and to be fair, this was when I was even less knowledgeable of synthesis. So when I played on it and tasted it, I'm just like, the sound this thing is making just seems to be like, I don't know, like I'm just not really getting a whole lot of sonics out of this thing. Now, years later, having stepped up my knowledge and understanding the synth more, I don't know if I'm just pulling out more sonics now because I understand certain things or whatever. But man, when I tell you this Odyssey, oh my God, the Odyssey sounds so good. The Odyssey sounds good. And not that the K2 sounds bad. I want you to think it sounds bad, but if me personally, if I had to rank those three, I would rank them in that order: the Odyssey, the MS, and the K2. The MS just has that filter, something about the filter and just certain settings on there. I just really, really love the sonics that came out. And yeah, as far as the RD8, it's a drum machine. And I guess for me, it's more about functionality. But sonic wise, it sounds good. There's a proper decay on it. There's no decay problem. I guess I would say this. I wasn't necessarily wild, like wow, like I wasn't like blown away. But at this point, I don't really think drum machines are gonna blow me away. Like it's almost one of those things where I think it's more exciting to buy it than to actually have it or own it, if that makes sense. Like I was real geeked to get it, to taste it. And when I tasted, I was like, okay, it's a drum machine. Like, all right. The more the real power, in my opinion, in most drum machines is what you do with them. Like taking those outs and running them through effects and things of that nature. But other than that, I mean, it's a drum machine. It's real straightforward. It's basic in terms of, I like the fact that it introduces probability. And so in terms of a sequence, there's one knob where you can just make a simple beat, turn this probability knob down to like 90% and let it play. And it's almost like you don't even have to do anything to like recreate a new pattern. You put a pattern in, put it at 100 and just scale it down to 90, you get a whole new rhythm. And if you keep scaling it, whatever changing that value, you'll get new rhythms without having to program them. And so if you play it right and get it right, you can, it's almost like, I guess, like cheating a little bit. I ain't gonna say, I guess it basically allows for you to, for those that lack creativity or lack inspiration, well, here's a knob that kind of gives you variety. And all you gotta do is just stop and say, okay, yes, that's it. I'll buy that. But yeah, I thought it was, fairly basic. So I wasn't just blown away. But the Odyssey, I didn't foresee. Like I said, I didn't go into any of this with the pre-notion of this comparison to what it's supposed to sound like or taste like. I just went into it tasting and just in seeing how I enjoyed it for what it is. And none of it is trash. I can tell you that. Build quality on everything is the MS1 is plastic, so the best build quality by far is the Odyssey. It's a unibody metal build, and as soon as you pick it up, it's so beastie and just all metal and just I love it. The keyboard, nothing to me. If it's anything less than, if it doesn't have action weight, which I know is gonna drive the cost up, but any keyboard that doesn't have action weighted keys, just like that's the top of the line. Everything else from there is like, okay, it's full side keys, I give you that, but like on the MS1, just no resistance. I mean, as soon as you press the key, it ain't no give, so it's just real loosey goosey. You know what I mean? So, I guess if you're a keyboardist, depending on who you are, you may be, that may be perfectly fine with you. But I just kind of found it to be, I could do without it. If they would have made the MS1 without the keyboard, I would have bought it. If they would have made the Odyssey version without the keyboard, I would have rather have had that than rather have the one with the keyboard. But nonetheless, Kurt, thanks, man, for allowing me to taste, because I like being able to report and taste. Like, who doesn't like tasting, man? I love tasting. So shouts out to you, man. Behringer, Wasp. I guess they just another one, and another one. I don't know if it's Biggie, or if it's Khaled. It don't matter. Take your choice. Close your eyes and pick one. But Behringer, another one. It's a clone of this company called EDM. I've never even heard of the original, never heard of the company. So quite naturally, I start my search. It's a black and yellow themed synth, which is why it came with the Wasp name, because of the color, I guess. Sonically, when I heard the originals, I didn't hear anything, that blew me away or whatever. I mean, it's just another synth. So I'd be interested to hear what it sounds like, I guess. But I mean, it's another synth, you know what I mean? So at this point, I'm looking forward to some groove boxes. I'm hoping they make something like, y'all remember there was a couple groove boxes made by, I can't think of their name, but one was purple. I think it was called like Planet Fat, and one was yellow. And to my knowledge, I know they didn't sample, and I believe there was no audio in. So it was a groove box that, it is what it is. It came with a set of sounds. It came with some parameters as far as tweaking, but that was it. And I had a lot of fun. That was when I was, early in the beat making days. But I had a lot of fun and made some nice. I made a lot of house beats, and I was just having fun making fun beats, as I call them, on those groove boxes. So I would love to see. I'm waiting to see when Behringer is gonna drop that groove box, because synth galore. They got synth coming because there's more groove boxes coming because the RD9 is coming right behind the RD8. So I'd imagine mid 2020, I'd imagine we'd be having that RD9 dropping soon. But with that being said, I guess on the initial leak that they dropped 3 years ago, there was about 30 cents on there. I don't know, 30. So this second wave, because they did drop the what was it, the Deep Mind. That was a drop the Deep Mind is so dope. The Deep Mind is dope. I thought the Deep Mind it started out being a remake, but it kind of morphed into it being now more original than it being in a remake, but I could be wrong on that. But yeah, other than that Model D they dropped, the Neutron and the what's the name, it was kind of slow. Then the MS came. And then from there, it's just a floodgate. Like, I don't know what this. Usually, I didn't ask him. I didn't get a chance to to really parlay with him and ask him questions like, how? Like, what did you do? Like, is there like an A team, B team kind of thing going on here? Because the production is coming. Like, so what's gonna happen this week? What's gonna happen next week? What's gonna happen next month? If this is how they end 2019, what's 2020 gonna be like? Like, I'm lost for words right now. I don't know what to say. I used to be a Korg. Remember I still love Korg. Korg, I still love you. Korg, I still love you. But what happened to Arturia? I don't even know what to tell y'all. I don't even know what to do. Because at this point, I feel like it's over. I see the writing on the wall. They're all about to take over. Yeah, Roland and Korg and Arturia still make some stuff, right? But once Behringer is done with this whole cloning and they start to go original, which they, again, I say it again, they already hired somebody from Korg, I believe, Yamaha, whatever. They hired somebody from somewhere. And once they start to hire somebody else, what is Behringer going to be like in 2023? I don't think no one's really asking or thinking that far ahead. Everybody's caught in the now, and we're all like, but what's going to happen? What is the gear landscape going to be like in 2023? I think at some point you got to just realize, I can't compete. So now let's just make, high-end products maybe. Korg has already turned the corner and went with their gadgets and kind of got their software game on point. Arturia has a strong front on the software side. But, I don't know how much juice you can get out of that in terms of making $1 or whatnot. But yeah, I don't know, man. Behringer is right now, this is their moment. And good luck to everybody else. Roland just rolled out not too long ago like 4 or 5 pieces, and it don't even seem like it's worth a damn now. One is high-end stuff like flagship, like the common guy is not buying that keyboard, the Phantom. Like, you're a specific performer. You're someone who's working. You're not buying that and you ain't doing nothing. And if you are, you're just that one person that has these aspirations, and you go out and you think this is the synth that you want to have to make your music and, or whatever. But the masses is not going to go after that. That's a real niche product. So, like I said, I don't know, man. Behringer's made it too. Even if you was like, I just feel like you can't hold that line forever. I'm sorry. At $200, you're gonna be like, All right. Okay, I'll take it. How could you not? So check it out. Go do your research. If you haven't, if by chance this is the first time you've heard anything about the Behringer Wasp, it is out. EDM, I believe the company name is. They also made the same color, but it was called the Jasper. Now, when I heard the Jasper and the Wasp, I actually thought the Jasper sounded better. And I guess there was a Wasp and a Wasp Deluxe or whatever. And I believe this clone is based off of the Wasp Deluxe. But again, when I heard them, the originals, the Jasper sounded better, to be honest with you. So I don't know. It seemed like they may have cloned the wrong one. They should have cloned that one. Or maybe they're cloning both and we just, you know what I mean? Like the Jasper is coming too by Behringer. But the Wasp is in pre-order. So if you're interested in another synth, it's the same form factor as the K2 and the Pro 1. I am now getting my juices, real excited because, I want to go modular and all of the stuff that they're dropping. The Neutron, the Moog clone, the K2, Pro 1, the Wasp are all Eurorack compatible. So they can all be broken down and put into a rig. So I'm geeked to see what a rig could be like with these pieces. So yeah, Yuli, I accept. It is I, John G, the unofficial, self-proclaimed spokesman for Behringer here in the States. For all things Behringers, contact John G on John G TV. And now back to our regular program. John G and the Mysterious Eyes. I missed my cue, my bad. I don't know what I'm doing for. Oh! Every week I tune in to gear check. You and you. I don't know what I was doing for. Every week I tune in to gear check. You. I don't know what I was doing for. Every week I tune in to gear check. You. I don't know what I was doing for. Every week I tune in to gear check. Every week I tune in to gear check. I don't know what I was doing for that. Every week I tune in to gear check. Every week? Okay, John G.
Yeah, you see, John G, TV.